Here are the top stories of the news. Governor Fintiri insists defection to APC will not saw ties with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Abducted Ondo worshippers regain freedom after family reportedly pays ransom. On the foreign scene, U.S. Embassy in Riyadh hit by drones as conflict between U.S., Israel and Iran escalates. Good afternoon, welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Olufemi Alabe. Governor Umaru Fintiri of Adamawa State says his relationship with ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar is still intact despite the former's defection to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). Despite leaving the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the APC a few weeks ago, Governor Fintiri says they still enjoy a healthy relationship. Atiku, who is from Adamawa State, is eyeing the country's presidential seat in the 2027 election and has teamed up with the African Democratic Congress (ADC). The country practices a power-sharing deal between the northern and southern regions. President Bola Tinubu, who is from the southern part of the country, is still in his first term. While not recognized by law, Fintiri believes the power-sharing deal should continue, arguing that southern Nigeria should complete 8 years in the presidency before power returns to the north. According to him, the power-sharing deal is a unifying factor in the country. The Adamawa State governor became the latest high-profile politician to defect to the ruling party, a move which increased the number of governors in the APC to 31. Security matters. The National Police Council has confirmed Olatunji Disu as the substantive Inspector General of Police. His name is now to be sent to the Senate for screening. President Bola Tinubu appointed Mr. Disu as the acting IGP on February 25, following the resignation of former IGP Kayode Egbetokun. President Tinubu, in a statement by the presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, had said he would convene a meeting of the Nigerian Police Council to formally consider Mr. Disu's appointment as substantive IGP, after which his name would be transmitted to the Senate for confirmation. 59-year-old Mr. Disu took over the reins as Nigeria's new police chief at a brief ceremony at the Louis Edet House in Abuja shortly after President Bola Tinubu decorated him as the acting IGP.
Through his records, his performance in office and the recommendation, and the council was glad to approve the recommendation for him to be appointed the Inspector General of Police.
The President has said that security is local. So what do you expect from him in view of the security challenges we have in the country?
He has his work cut out for him, especially in this age of talks about state police. Now, the challenges are there. He's been through it. He did a major assignment with the Rapid Response in Lagos State and FCT, so he has a record to show.
In the meantime, the 5 worshippers abducted at a branch of the Celestial Church of Christ in Uso, or local government area of Ondo State, have regained their freedom. The 4 worshippers were released on Monday evening at Ilado community after their families reportedly paid a ransom of 9 million naira to their abductors. An anonymous family source reveals that the kidnappers initially demanded 40 million naira to secure the release of each of the victims. However, the ransom was later reduced to 9 million naira after a series of negotiations between the relatives of the victims and the kidnappers. Gunmen had on February 25 attacked the church during an early morning prayer session and abducted the 6 worshippers. Confirming the attack, the Ondo State Police Command said it had launched an operation in collaboration with the Nigerian Army and local vigilantes. The Department of State Services (DSS) has arrested a man suspected of being behind a recent attack on the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Obi Chief John Oyego and several chieftains of the members of the opposition of All Democratic Congress ADC, African Democratic Congress, I beg your pardon, ADC, were attacked on February 24 by armed men who fired several gunshots shortly after the party's meeting in the state. Shortly after the attack, one Udeme Monday Stephen was alleged to have posted on his X account threatening further attacks on the former governor of Anambra State. The attack was said to have occurred shortly after the chieftains returned from the ADC Secretariat, where they formally welcomed the former governorship candidate of the Labour Party in the state, Olumide Akpata, into the party. The state's governor, Monday Okpebholo, in a statement condemned the attack, describing the incident as an internal party crisis that was taken too far. Moving on, the family of former Kaduna State's Governor Nasir El-Rufai has accused the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) of mounting a malicious smear campaign in relation to a probe involving alleged surveillance equipment. In a statement issued by his son, Mohammed Bello El-Rufai, the family rejected claims that the former governor refused to cooperate with investigators. He said that the ICPC has attempted to weaponize El-Rufai's silence against him, noted that the country's constitution guarantees every citizen the right to remain silent. They also dismissed suggestions that specialized phone tapping or espionage devices were found as a property linked to the former governor, saying only old discarded personal mobile phones, flash drives, and laptops were taken. The family further questioned the legality of the search operation, alleging that the warrant used to authorize the raid was improperly secured and lacked jurisdiction. They added, that their legal team has already approached the courts to contest the validity of the warrant and any material obtained under it. The Abuja residence of the former governor was searched by the officials of the ICPC, according to a statement by his media aide, Muyiwa Adike. Elsewhere, Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NEL) has extended its students' loan application portal following a significant increase in awareness and nationwide demand generated by its ongoing sensitization campaign. A statement by its Director of Strategic Communications, Osayemi Oluwatuyi, on Monday, NEL noted that the decision followed a reminder notice issued last week at the application portal. It closed on February 27. It added that in response to strong feedback from students and key stakeholders across the country, and in recognition of the surge in applications and inquiries, the fund has approved some additional days to ensure eligible students adequate opportunity to complete their applications. According to the statement, NEL said it remains committed to transparency, accountability, and the delivery of sustainable student financing solutions that remove financial barriers to higher education in the country. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We will be right back after the spring.
Up to 70